Guys, we just wanted to share with you that there is a major worldwide people's revolution happening right now, and it's not being televised. And it's bigger than you and I can imagine. Right now, there are revolutions happening where people are literally walking into corrupt governments' houses and overthrowing the corrupt politicians, and then they are coming together on private platforms and choosing their new earth leaders. And this is happening in more countries than we can count on our fingers.
So we were just at this restaurant where I was talking to the server who was from Nepal, and I casually asked her, because we were having a good conversation, I said, how are things in your country? And she's like, so good, things have never been better. And I said, tell me what's happening. Guys, the inside scoop, when we hear about these things from people, what is happening right now and what is not being televised is blowing our minds. So what's happening is that in countries like the Philippines and Indonesia, the general public is taking the politicians to task, and the social media there is blowing up with clips of these politicians going to Yale and Harvard and Stanford and having all these luxury yacht parties.
While people are starving on the streets.
And people are questioning it. They're saying, where is all this money coming from? Your government salary cannot afford this. So because of this disclosure that's happening in Indonesia and Philippines, and many other countries are following suit, it also started in Nepal. She said in September, so this month, what happened was the public took the government to task in Nepal. They said, where is all this money coming from? How come your children are in Harvard and Yale and Stanford and whatnot when you're earning very low salaries that not even $1,000 a month in their economy? The government, just like true dictators would, shut off social media in the entire country. They said, we're not going to allow TikTok, we're not going to allow Facebook or Instagram. There's a countrywide ban. So what happened is a lot of small businesses fell. A lot of the economy plunged because regular people who rely on the internet to sell and make money tanked. So what the public did was they went on the streets and they protested, and it was a peaceful protest. They had no guns or any such thing. The government opened wildfire in broad daylight and killed a 12-year-old child. They shot a 12-year-old child in the head. This created such a major hysterical outburst full of rage that all of the country, literally what this girl was saying to me, she says in the Philippines and in some other countries like Indonesia, it took them 3-4 months for this to happen. In Bangladesh, for example, the same thing happened. It took them a year for the public to retaliate. And she was so proud of Nepal. And she said in Nepal, we turned the government overnight. And she said what we did was we all, the citizens of Nepal, they stormed into the government officials' houses.
They stormed into the Prime Minister's house, kicked everyone out because of the corruption. And basically, they didn't just stop there. There was an honest politician that the people wanted to elect, but the Nepali government obviously will not stand an honest politician in power. It was a lady who they had let go of after 3 months in office. So what the people did, they went on Discord, they started their own private community. They got all voters verification on Discord through their passport pictures and checks, and they started voting for their own politician, and they put her in power, you guys. This is revolution happening right before our eyes, and this is what we've been waiting for. And this is the biggest news that you're not hearing. And we need to become the news, because the fake news is just going to tell us everything's normal. But things are far from normal, my friends. People are rising in their power, and enough's enough. These governments have taken advantage. They have literally corruption so high that it's becoming impossible to hide it anymore. It's becoming so obvious that every single country is now aware. And we see this happening in France. We see this happening in many countries. And we believe that this is just the beginning.
And you know what's causing this tsunami of empowerment on the planet? This is not happening by chance. This is literally the Great Awakening in its full glory. It's like Earth has had it. And there's this energy that's just bursting out of Earth, and it's not being televised. But we are being reminded to really recognize and celebrate what's happening. And even in our own lives, you're all being reminded to unleash that brave, courageous part of you, because right now the energies are ripe for standing up to your oppressor, standing up to your abuser, and really standing up for yourself, because that is what the energy is here to do, is for you to rise in your power and feel this sense of fearlessness. That's what we're being asked to bring in. The whole world is being asked to bring in fearlessness. And honestly, how is it for you guys? What's happening in your country? We would love to know. Are you aware of some of these things? Are you not aware? And how do you feel about all this? Do you feel this? Or are you still holding on to fear because it's an illusion? Fake evidence appearing real. Fear is such an illusion, a trap of the ego. So where are you still in fear? Where are you holding on to any kind of illusion, and what are you ready to just drop because the energies are ripe for it? Leave us a comment and let us know. We love you guys.
Take care, you guys.